Right. So very good evening to all the judges and mentors. We are the team Overclock, and I'm Pratik, and along with my teammates Vishnu and Vasant, I present to our app Dr. Diagno. Right. So I'm sure that we have been in situations where we have faced a cold. So these times, what we tend to do is go to internet and search for these symptoms, what possible disease we might have. So one of the problems in browsing in internet is we arrive at a lot of websites and then there are redirections even inside that. So there can be a lot of confusion in it. And sometimes you might find out diseases we are not even affected with. And also just near times or some cold, common cold. So don't actually have to visit the doctor. So in these cases, if we go to the doctor, we are just wasting our money. And what if we have some side effects due to the medicines? So our app, Dr. Diagno, aims to act like a prototype as a one-stop solution for all of these problems. So basically, we use machine learning algorithms at the back end, and we provide the machine learning algorithms with some inputs like age and symptoms. And finally, after these inputs are provided, the machine learning algorithms predicts a file displaying a graph, and that graph will be showing in order that which is the most dominant disease that we might have right now. And after the visualization and the prediction phase is over, we record it in the back so that once we can see the history and we can understand if there is a pattern in our symptoms and the diseases we have been having. So these are the features. We have more than 150 symptoms to select from. We have 50 more than 50 diseases to predict, which also include the common one, also the rare ones. And then at last we display the cause and the description of the disease so that we can finally have a brief idea about the disease right now. So this is the tech stack. For front end, we have React.js, Material UI, and Chart.js. For database, we have opted for PostgreSQL and SQLite. AI algorithms, we have used CatBoost ML because basically we have to classify and we set for CatBoost algorithm for the highest accuracy. For model creation, Joblet, and for backend and Django. Right. So I'd like to go with the live demo right now. All right. I still hope my video and presentation is clear.
Uh, yeah, your audio
Right.
is
So
bit cutting off.
anyone who is new to this whole website will be
Uh,
is it clear now?
yes, it is.
Right. Sorry, I'm still online now. Okay, so I'll continue with the live demonstration right now. So this is a site page, and I'll just in male and blood group will be O positive. So right now it shows invalid data because I have already logged in. So anyways, anyone who is creating a new account will be directed into the main page if he is new to the account. But I'll go for login because I have already logged in once. So this is my email ID and this is the password. So I'll log in. Yeah, so this is the homepage of our app. So I'll just start with the diagnosis, get diagnosed. So the first column is that we have asked the users to fill the number of days we have been facing these symptoms. So I'll just go with 7. Our body temperature, I'll go with 99. And here we have asked the users to give the input, which is basically the symptoms which we have been feeling. So I'll go with acidity, acute liver failure. Let's go for stiff neck. Also, you can search if we can search in this place. For example, we search for cough and Let's go for dehydration on it. Yeah. So let's go for something else. Testing. Yeah. So we have provided this symptoms to the and symptoms, and right now we are. Let's start the process. I'm going to click the button here. All right. So we have the machine learning algorithms have predicted the most probable diseases according to the symptoms we have just provided. So according to the graph, we can see the most probable diseases according to our symptoms is GERD, which covers 32.05% of the whole graph. The next one is migraine, which is 14.15%. Then we have other diseases, gastroenteritis, hypertension, and heart attack. So we, as I said, we can just stop there. We have provided some of the descriptions here and precautions here too, so that the user or the patient can have a brief idea if he actually wants to search in the internet or even before going to the doctor. So yeah, these are the description and these are the precautions. Right now, the whole process has been recorded, and we'll go back to the home page. So I think there was a flash, but you saw here it was written you haven't been diagnosed yet. But after we have finally created diagnosis, everything has been recorded right here. So Tuesday, April 20, the time is 9:10. So yeah, and we have, since these are recorded and this is the whole history, and always go back. For example, I'm gonna go with, okay, let's go with this one. Yeah, so I can see my past diagnosis. I can see these descriptions once again, and also there are times when we can see like there might be a pattern to the diseases we have been facing, or like this one, then jaundice, gastroenteritis. So we can infer a lot from these few small points. So yeah, this was our app, and we are planning to take it a notch higher by adding real-time consultants and real-time specialists, and maybe even providing a digital prescription so that the users or patients can have a final second opinion through the real-time doctors. Yes, thank you.
So, just do you have any questions for this project or any
Yeah.
good thing to discuss?
So the guy who is presenting, can you please go to your website
Yes, sir.
and then just like click on get diagnosed. I'll tell few symptoms. I just want to see.
Yes, sir.
So
Sure.
let's put in number of days. We'll put 3.
All right.
In body temperature, we'll put 100.6.
All right.
Um, body ache symptoms.
Body ache. I would think we have body aches.
Let's put weakness.
Sir?
Weakness.
Weakness.
Yeah,
Weakness. Weakness in limbs. Weakness in one side of the body.
one side body. The last one.
All right. All right.
And then cough and cold.
Uh, of
And loss of smell,
loss of smell.
loss of taste.
That's it, sir.
Yeah, let's
I can test.
yeah. Let's submit that. No? Just want to see. Oh, sorry.
So these are the almost possible. Since I think you said weakness in one side of the body, maybe that is the paralysis part.
Right. So the reason why I asked this, right? So right now we are in danger of corona, right? And even I am facing that. Like we should always try to like make machines even more stronger. So like probably like you must be using a very old data set, right? And if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong, right?
Yeah. Yes.
The existing data set from Kaggle or probably from GitHub open source community, right?
Yes.
So what I mean to say is I really liked your idea and I liked your UI. It's pretty awesome. Is that we should always think in direction of generating data. So all of the right now all the machine learning engineers, right? Most of the machine learning engineers, they are looking for the consumption of data. So until unless you don't generate data, right, then just with the existing data, in near future, if you stop generating the new data, then we can't train our model and we can't get the predictive result, right now. The symptoms were very close to corona, right, COVID-19, but it didn't appear. So just one suggestion: rest things are quite awesome. Like I really liked your idea and all these things. Like from next time, like whenever you try this, just think in that direction, that you can at least generate some data, right? So that you can train the model accordingly for your future reference. Rest things awesome to me. Over to other judges.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sure, we'll surely look into it. As you said, data is very important to work on, and we were working on the data set we got. But we'll surely see it.
Wasn't sorry to put
Yes,
that
sir, that's true. But
on
so,
this side. Yeah, you were trying to say something.
No,
Okay.
sir. No, sir.
I just want to ask you that Vinny just brought that point right away because talking about
so
corona.
pardon me, but
Yeah. Okay. So what I was saying is talk. Okay. So sorry. Hope now I'm audible.
I think
Hope now everything seems good. You're audible. I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You're right.
wonderful. So what I want to ask you and say is that first of all, I believe everybody over here is doing good. Now, specifically asking like what type of like databases you guys have used to collect this part. Can you just tell that us means I'm just curious to know because talking about data from open source, you know that everybody can post anything. And talking about specifically to health, there are a hell lot of rumors going around. And talking about a specific project that you want to present definitely shows that you are aware, clarity is there, it creates a nice impact. But I am just curious to know from where you have collected this data because when it comes to health, it need to be authenticated. And talking about an open source thing, I believe until and unless it is certified to use it, or if it is not authenticated, how other person is going to get the trust? I'm just want to know what was your thought process bringing this part.
Yes, sir. So basically, our aim was to present our this type of architecture in this
Mhm.
hackathon. So basically, we needed to compromise in the data set. Like we thought that first, let us make an architecture for this hackathon. Anyway, it is a possibility that we can generate our own data whenever we find time in the next years when we are studying, so that we can move this app to the next level whenever we want.
Mhm.
So we have also planned some future ideas, as he said, like connecting to the doctors and making a digital prescription, and also connecting it to the pharmacy, so that whole of medical industry, we are trying to automate it. We have made it in such a way, but as you said, we can't go with this data. It won't be. It might or might not be correct. So we thought that okay, let us do for it now, and then we will go to some medical scan centers or whatever it is, and then we will connect the real time data from them and make a data of our own. That's our ultimate aim at the next place.
I believe you absolutely are bang on to my point that you want to continue it for future, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
What I want to ask you on that note is that, or a suggestion from a person is that if you have assumed something, or let's say you have taken an imaginary data set, why didn't you included some of the things that are happening around? Like Vinny just rightly pointed, body pain, or a headache, or a cold cough. It can be anything, right? So try to also learn that if you are gonna go in front of the audience, study them. At this point of time, everybody want to search about COVID. So if you want to create an impact, try to bring that element. Rest, I'm
Sure, sir.
happy that you gave that answer that we have the clarity. We want to take it ahead. This is just a beginning. Everybody starts
Yeah,
at some point. That is great. So thank you for bringing that.
sure.
Just
Thank you.
take it. Over to others.
So one last question. So like out of the whole data, right, how much is training data and how much is testing data that you are using currently in your model?
70-30, 70-30, sir.
70. Okay.
70-30, we can split it.
Okay. Okay. Just like one technical question, right? Can anybody talk about like why we always keep, I mean, like training data more, testing data less? Why not either way? Like, why can't we have 50 and 50? Let's say 50% training data and 50% testing data.
I mean, obviously, it will be better if your training data is more, because the better we train the model, results will be better. And 50-50 it can be understandable, but the dominance in the side of training data will always be better.
And the
Okay.
data set size is important, right? If you have more data, we can do 50 or 60-40. When we have a less amount of data, we need to give more importance to training. So that's why we went with 70-30.
Okay. And this data you are talking about after pre-processing, or it's just that like on the way you are pre-processing the data or clearing the dirty values and all on the way, or it's just that initially only you decided that it's going to be 70?
And no, actually, I saw the data, and data was. I just saw the data set and thought it was 70-30 will be a good ratio of splitting.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Yeah, ID overclock, a great idea, first of all, and great implementation as well. So yeah, along with Vineet, I think I'm also down with code right now. So you may need to adjust your volume levels if I'm speaking a little. So first of all, can you move to your website? Pratik.
My website, just a minute, sir.
Okay, thanks. So before the website question, I had one question. How are you planning your event model for this particular idea? Are there any considerations of like startup idea, some sort of thing where you want to monetize the entire thing?
Actually, so our plan was like there are already many apps like Prado and other stuff, but they focused on directly consulting with doctors. So we wanted to start off at a place which is different from them, but still we could be in their league too, not just completely different from them. So given in competition in the whole field, something like that, it must feel not doing it. So
different, definitely bang on with that part. It was quite different, quite, you can say, lucrative. But like medical is a field, medicine is a field in which it's okay to be different, but you need to be like 100% accurate with it.
yes.
Right. So you can move to your website.
Yes, sir.
So get diagnosed part. Yeah. So my first point of concern was the temperature. Like I might sound a little more critical than I should be, but yeah, unfortunately that is my job today. So body temperature, you have not mentioned whether it's in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Celsius, it will be outside the loop.
Yes, sir.
So,
but mostly we have generalized this Fahrenheit. So
yeah, it's Fahrenheit when it comes to body temperature. I agree with that. But still, like this is something which has multiple units, so it is better if you mention the temperature. And since it's medicine, so okay, more critical. And yeah, data set question has already been asked. Okay, so about the riskiness, can you just select some symptoms and just click diagnose? Anything of your choice.
Anything. Okay, let's go with this whole thing. So just tell me when you want.
Yep, five. Sounds good.
Fine.
It's okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So hepatitis C. Okay. So if you check the percentage over here, right, it should be something above little above. It's
Machine learning thought that this is the most probable.
got it. So this is also
the output from the machine learning models.
Yeah. So one more visualization flaw here. that this is not very convincing. Like, if I was
Yes,
going to assume
you
it to be around 50%, people are going to assume the same.
Okay, yeah.
yes,
And
sir.
another part, like, isn't this a little risky, because your machine learning algorithm is confident only 30 to 33%, right? And when you compare it with the medical consultants, which you can get for 500, 600 rupees, like you said talked about Practo and all of that.
Yes,
So they are
sir.
going to give you more accurate suggestion of whatever the disease is, whatever the symptoms are.
Yes, sir.
33% is not something which
Yes,
is
sir. True, but I don't think we are exactly aiming to completely replace the doctors.
okay.
As I said in the start, I mean, we can instead of going to web and searching for steps and getting direct and redirected, and maybe even for, I mean, obviously, sir, if I have hepatitis C or varicose veins, I mean, I haven't even heard of these diseases, so obviously I will be freaked out and go to doctor, sir. So, yes, that's the point. That's why I mean,
Because we
inclusion
cannot.
of
We continue.
okay, that's why the inclusion of finally the doctors is very important. I believe this is like the starting portion. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
and
Sounds
as we
good. The
cannot.
idea is
Yeah, and as we cannot say the accurate disease, that's why we didn't give any medical prescription. We just gave the homemade remedies, so they should not get any side effects or anything else because
Yes,
of us.
sir.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just have one more point, right? So you guys are taking the symptoms. You should also add one more parameter, right, in your model, because that is medical history of any patient, right? Symptoms quite often depends upon your history. Let's say I have some disease. My symptoms might be different for COVID-19. If I'm a healthy person, for me, if I get infected, my symptoms might be different, right? So that is a very, very critical parameter, right? For any consultation, any medical suggestion, the first thing that I believe any doctor asks is that, do you have any medical history or any medical disease, or are you on, are you on any kind of medicines, right? So that is something which is missing over here. So we can actually include that in the data set and think in a way, right, how we can this single parameter can help you make even your decision better.
Sure, sir. We will try to incorporate it once we try to make this app to the next level.
Medication.
I
Yes,
had some inputs from my end. Am I audible?
Yes, Vishaka, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. So one, I truly appreciate you all contributing towards healthcare, because I guess that's the need of the hour. And like our fellow judges said, right, that you want to focus on COVID as well. Yeah, so I had some suggestions from my end.
Yes,
Maybe
ma'am.
to utilize this model, you guys can try using a combination of multi-class classification. Like try to play around with a lot of such algorithms, and I want you to try how SVM will act when it's combined with neural networks, because I think that can give you a good accuracy in terms of classifying what symptom belongs to which disease exactly. Other than that, in your first pie chart, I noticed that it was like, I guess it was 25 or 32% each for hypertension and heart attack. So, I mean, these two are obviously, I would say, when you get a heart attack, your blood pressure is gonna increase. But again, if you wanna
32.09. I don't think that was heart attack was not 32, ma'am. It was 9% or something like that. Just a minute, ma'am. 32 was the highest one, if I remember. Heart attack was heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like you say, but there were a few symptoms which happened to show similar accuracy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious heart attack, you don't need the symptoms.
Okay, so heart attack is 6.22, and what about hypertension here?
7.65.
7.65. Okay, that's quite close though. But in this scenario, if you want to classify something even in a better way, my suggestion would be maybe you should use some SVM in a proper combination with neural networks, because that's gonna make your model even more effective. Trust me. And other than that, what will be that one new element that you would want to add to this project of yours? That will be like your team's touch to the project, because such applications, there are many out there. Like there's one called 98.6, which people here in the US use. There must be many other in India. I'm pretty sure about that. But what would be that one element?
We searched for
Yes.
two of them, ma'am, actually. It was Infomedica and another one, I don't know, I forgot the name. But actually, I checked and even they showed similar presentations. Some of them were, the UI would not like it, but I think where we differ is with where we provide these precautions and descriptions, and we have this history page where we can see the pattern of the diseases we have been getting. So this is a small one, but as per the question, what would you like to add? I mean, I would like to add a feature which would make the users completely interested in us. Like right now, many would be still having doubts, and let's finally go to a doctor. I mean, why not? But if you we should add some feature which would finally, it should act like one stop solution, like complete. Yeah, that would be the feature we want to add, like addition of real-time constants, and maybe finding out the nearest locations based on the specialties, orthodontists and something like that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and maybe you might even want to provide emergency numbers to this application. So in case if someone's almost on the verge of dying, he should have an immediate assistance, right?
Will someone who's dying will come to our app, and we should have a number calling into the account.
I mean, why not make it that accurate? Why not?
Yeah, so why not? Sure, man.
So, yep, but I overall like the idea. If you all reconstruct it even in a better way, trust me, it'll be good. So yeah, try to play around with a lot of combinations that we use in neural network. That'll help a lot.
Sure.
Also, can I
actually, as you said, like I didn't try hybrid models, but I did try every models like SVM and I know that Naive won't perform well with a data like, but also I've tried that also. After a long performance, I found that CatBoost performed very well compared to all other algorithms. But as you said, we didn't go for hybrid models. At the time, I didn't think of hybrid models, but surely I will do it. Because I saw that neural network didn't do as good as CatBoost. Actually, I don't know any reason. I don't know. But I think if I'm implementing SVM at the end part and trying some ensemble techniques, I think it should work.
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Sorry. Thank you so much, team. Our time is your time is up. So you guys can leave now. Now we are welcoming next team. That is team. Okay. Try coders.
Sorry,
Yeah, thank you for everyone's input.
Hello.
Hi, Shubham.
Hello. Hello. Hi,
Yes, you are audible. Yes, Triad Coders, you have only 3 minutes to present your idea. Present is ASAP because we are running late. So, yes, over to you guys.
Okay, I will try my best to take less time of you folks. So, as Vesam mentioned, it is the year of disease like coronavirus. We all have seen how bad it is. So in this hackathon, we have made a game, a voice-based Pac-Man game. These are some of the screenshots of the game which we have built, and our team is Straw Hat Coders. So in team, this is me, Shubham Patel. I am a third year diploma student from Ahmedabad, and with my teammate Pulkit.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Pulkit and I'm a 9th grade student at Mahatma International School. So yeah, you can continue, Shubham.
Okay, thank you,
Great.
Pulkit.
I'm sorry. Okay. Bhai, I'm really sorry. I just got excited out of this side. You're in a 9th grade, if I'm getting it correct, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Good to hear, buddy. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can I continue?
Please.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, introduction about our project. So, who is our special audience? People with disabilities and Parkinson's patients who cannot use their fingers to play the game. How we solved it? By making the movement of Pac-Man dependent on the voice commands given by the user using Allen AI's API. Example, if a person says move left, then the Pac-Man will move in the left direction. Is it just voice-based or can I also use cursor to play? That is traditional way of Pac-Man. Yes, you can play the game with arrow keys too. We haven't limited the game to voice-based. And so the interesting part comes, which is the demo of the project. So as you can see, this is the game, and sorry, when I say start game, the game will start. So start game. Move left. Move down. Move right. Down. Right. Up. So as you can see, I have demonstrated how the Pac-Man will move. Like as I give voice instructions, the Pac-Man will automatically move on its own. So this was our game, and challenges which we ran into. Every project has some or other challenges. So at first we had planned to make an abstract game, but later we understood that it was difficult to control the shape in the game with voice commands, and hence we had to shift to some other game. So for that we decided to move on to Pac-Man. I had tried very hard to use the Speechly AI for voice commands in the hack, but wasn't able to do so, as my application was not working properly with it. And hence, at last, we decided to switch to Allen AI's API for voice instructions. And up next, for explaining the feature scope, I would like to call upon Pulkit.
Yeah, sure. So let's get started with future scope. So it's like we can convert this game into multiplayer game as soon as we work on it and develop it in future. So it's like even we have made it open source. So like after this hackathon, we are going to develop it, right? So we have even made it open source so that even others can contribute in it, and we can make it even a multiplayer game where two players can interact with each other through their voice-based commands or even keys. And apart from this, it's like a game can also be converted into an Android game with the same API, right? So making more games like this for the community are really great, and like even more people can get a new, we can say a new era of game. So it's a small start for it, and now we can go with our next slide.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys can skip the slides. You can build it with the
Sure, sir.
effect.
Sure.
Sorry for that.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Just one question, right? So like when we actually control anything from voice or hand gesture and all, right, we essentially talk about the accessibility. Let's say we have a few people, we might have a few people in the world who might not be like able to, let's say, use their hands to play games, right? Have you done any research around that? around that, like how your game can be useful for such people, such differently abled people?
Sure, sir. So, like, if we talk about a person who cannot use his fingers properly, so we solve that problem by giving the voice instructions. So, like, if a person says move left, then without any interaction of his fingers, the pattern will automatically start moving.
I got your point. What I'm asking is that how much impact it's gonna make. Like, what fraction of people are facing this problem? Like, differently abled people. So, have you done some research around that? Because what I believe is that voice control game, right? Mostly either children will be, very small kids will be interested. You should understand your stakeholders, right? Something you are building, who are gonna use your product, right?
Absolutely.
And either differently abled people, right? I don't see any other. So, do you have any rough facts on that?
Okay, so sorry, sir. I haven't researched it because, like, I want to make something for them. Because generally, we just make applications which can be used by any normal person, but people with disabilities get very less applications. So that was my mistake that I did not do the research on how many people of the world can use it, but rather I focused on they use it, something for them.
Okay,
It shouldn't be like that they cannot play Pac-Man.
Right. But okay, so just ask because like what was the trigger point to generate such game?
Yeah, sir. So if you talk about trigger point, so I can answer on that. That I saw a project about self-balancing stool made for Parkinson's patient, like who cannot hold their hands still. And after seeing that, I got my inspiration. Even I have also seen one suit like which can balance your whole posture of the body of a Parkinson's patient. So by seeing those kind of scenarios, I got an idea. I got triggered to make something like this.
Cool. Quite impressive, man. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, sir.
I should not look at. Sorry, Gaurav.
Hello, Gaurav, sir.
Yeah. This is Anshu for the time being.
Okay, sorry.
So, great job, first of all, both of you guys, and especially Pulkit, like 9th standard. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing in my 9th standard. So, first of all, what is the impact time when you give a voice command and the reaction time of the backman? What's the time?
Okay, so sir, the impact time and the action time is less than 0.5 seconds. Because as you give the instruction, it will move like between the blink of your eye.
Okay. And another question, like for someone who is as impatient as me, right? If I say left and the backman doesn't move left, I will keep on saying left, 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 left. So in such a scenario, what's the like modularity between my voice command itself? Like will it keep on moving left, 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 left for 5 times, or how does it react?
Okay, so sir, what we have done in this is like once you give a command, it continues the command till it reaches the boundary. So our boundary is 0, then until it reaches the boundary, it will continue, take only one command. And when it reaches, it will stop there. And then it will wait for the next command.
Okay. So only the first left is considered, all of my remaining lefts are like not used.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Okay. So I just have one thing, means everybody knows the reaction. Pulkit has already steal the show, but talking about something, how much time it took for you guys to create this? I just want to ask that. I'm curious to know.
Okay. So, sir, the hard thing was the backend game. The Allen API thing was the SDK part, which is very easy and it has a good interaction. So it was easy to make, and integration was also easy. But making the Pac-Man game was hard.
So how much time it took?
It took around 1 day or so.
So Pulkit mom was not scolding him for doing all the hard work?
No.
Okay. So I just want to ask you one more thing. Like you talked about the challenges you are facing, also the open source stuff that you are contributing to. Don't you think there are many other games which are there, but can you just brief me about just one unique idea that it's tried and you haven't seen or explored? Definitely what you have created is really good. I'm personally got attached to it and I'm not a professional gamer. So I can easily see that, okay, I can get started with something like that. But one idea or one point that is there in your project you haven't heard or you haven't at least seen in any of the things.
Okay. So everybody have played Subway Surfer on their Android devices when they were small. But and Subway Surfer lacks this thing, that is the voice based command. Like if you say jump, our Surfer will not be going to jump. But in this Pac-Man, we have implemented it. And for further scope, I am thinking to like take more games into the consideration and make them as voice based commands. Make them on voice based commands. And
Okay.
Alan has a API version too, so it will be easy for that.
Okay, wonderful. Means do safe guys. बोल के देश का भविष्य है यार भाई, प्लीज सेफ रहो.
Yeah, sir, it's
Take
like
care.
that condition.
Take care.
Yes, I might be talking very hypothetically, but like for you, Pulkit, as you are in ninth standard, right, you should think in a way, right? Let's say in future, why can't we have a single integration, right? Just now you said, right, Len has given you an SDK. You can implement that in any app website, and that will control your voice, right? Why can't we come up with some SDK which everyone across the world, all the gaming company across the world will accept that, and using that SDK, let's say if I install that, it can be even browser extension or some kind of plugin. I just have to install in my laptop or phone, and all the games which I play can be voice controlled. It's not that easy to pull off because for that, essentially what we say is that all the gaming company must agree on same kind of protocol, right? For their movement, right? If you see like in any game, all the like eight direction angle, all those sort of things is always there, right? So if you could come up with that table protocol, then I think it's something that can bring revolution, right? To I mean in gaming industry. Just I mean like as you are at very young age, just try to think at that scale. I mean that should be your destiny.
It's a really good suggestion.
Thank you. Thanks. Keep it up.
Sorry, Pulkit, you were saying something?
No, I was just telling that yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, so we can move on to the next team. Thank you for presenting your project. It was really great. So the next team is 42. So team 42, Shoaib, Kushal, and Vaibhavi. Can you start presenting your project? Kushal, you're not audible if you are speaking. Vaibhavi, can you? Vaibhavi, can you take over?
Yes, just a minute. There must be some technical issue.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Yes, you're audible.
Yes. Okay, the screen is visible.
Yes.
So they're representing Astra app, an app for astronauts and for the curious one on Earth. Before explaining the problem, I would like to introduce the technologies we are using. Android Studio as an IDE, Kotlin as a language, and the database using Firebase to authenticate and store the data. Libraries we use Kotlin, Kubernetes, Glide, MVVM as an MVVM and navigation component is used in developing the app, and UI and UX for can be developed by the Figma. So those was not have ears like us. It means that the astronauts which are up in the low Earth or able to listen like us. It is a vacuum up there where they cannot hear or they cannot listen the sound which we hear in our day-to-day life. Like work from by sitting on his chair, and after work for 5 to 4 hours, he opened window. He opened his window and he found a bird who's chattering, and he listened to the sound. That astronaut cannot listen like that. He's limited to the sound of the NASA's speaker, NASA's command. He's not listening to the sound of rain. He's not listening to the sound of natural things which is occurring on the planet Earth, like ocean, rain, and all those things. So how we are tackling this problem? We are providing the specific sounds, nat sounds, specifically the natural sounds which is present on the Earth, from honking of the car or the vehicles to the chattering of birds. Each sound will be presented in our app, will be presented to the astronauts so that they can do sounds and feel free to connect with the Earth nature. So that we are not limiting the app to astronauts. We are also exploring it to the curious ones. It means the kids which is living on the planet Earth. So how? Let me share the problem. There is a little astronaut in every home who want to explore, who is curious and very fascinated about the things out there. Like when you grow up, when you start questioning, you start being curious. Like each and every kid is born with watching the movies like related to aliens, related to Ben 10, like all those cartoons created an imagination, created an creativity in the students. But what happened now when they grow up, the things started getting off, like the social media which is disrupting the minds of those curious one. Like they started comparing with others. That's the fault in our social media. So tackling this problem, we are introducing Space Cadets feature in our. It is responsible connect the watchers in the sky, which is the astronauts in Earth orbit can connect easily with the students or with the people on Earth. Why? Because in low Earth orbit the internet can be possible. International Space Station has internet access, so the people can connect with them. It will create an imagination, a future in the people on the Earth. They will also start thinking again that we can do something big. Toxicity which is present on the social media can be easily removed by this. Next, we are providing the biographies, the implementation, all those impact which is created by the great scientists and great astrophysicists in our app. So that's the complete app. And at last, I want to say that NASA's Artemis mission, which is in 2024, will be first mission after 1972 to land on the moon. The first women will be landing on the moon. There are many private space agencies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and in India there are Bellatrix and Skyroot. These private space agencies are trying to tour a human in space. So we are looking towards a new future where we are not bound to Earth, where we will be expanding above from the Earth. So we need an app by which we can connect through the space, by which we can connect through each and every being out among the space. So Astra is putting a very small step towards a great future, but hope we will be at the next age of this space. Thank you. Any questions?
A question.
Yeah, sure.
So you said like one of the goals or one of the things you'll be able to accomplish is that people will be able to spend less time on toxic social media. But is your main goal that people learn more about space or that they stay off of toxic social media?
Our main goal is to provide the sound and the natural sound to astronaut. Secondly, the goal is to provide a social media which is intoxicated or which is not toxicated for the people who are curious, who are interested in astrophysics, who want to, break boundaries. So that's why we have created that. And third is an inspiration type of thing. The students can get inspired or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
How are you controlling the toxicity? Like, what if I put up a post down with COVID, give me sympathy, some sort of bullshit like that?
As we will be expanding, when there will be a growth, we will be controlling each and everything. But if the users are small, or you can say this, there will be small users like 100, 200, or then team will also grow. And there are many platforms out there which are controlling that thing. And again, the thing which is not related to astrophysics will be deleted from direct server.
So yeah, if the questions are
what's the team name of this guys?
42
or team name?
Actually, it's I'll type it over here.
It's 40 and numerical value 2.
I'm sure I've sent it. So, okay, guys, thank you for your presentation. It was really great. And now we'll be moving on with the next team, which is Hack Overflow. So, Anika, Vaishnavi, and Isha, you guys can start presenting your screen. And
Am I audible? Isha will present the screen while I just introduce our project. So, hi everyone, we are Team Hack Overflow, and I'm Vaishnavi. With me, I have Isha and Anika, and we are from SNDT UMIT. And what we have today, what we are going to present today, is our product, Krishi Brahmand. So, in current times, the situation is that farmers are still unable to sell their products on a global market. They are not able to reach consumers globally, as well as there lie a lot of middlemen between farmers and the endpoint consumers. So our product basically aims to bridge this gap. Over to you, Isha.
Right. So right now I logged in as a user who has enrolled as a farmer. That's why he has the option of choosing both a farmer role as well as a consumer role. So now I'll be presenting the farmer role. So in the farmer role, you can see the homepage show all the products that has been added by the farmer to our platform. You can add a product by going in the add a product in the navigation bar, choosing a particular file, adding all the details such as title, description, all the categories that it falls into, such as apple, or if it's an organic fruit, then organic fruits, etc. Going into costing, filling in the details, as well as choosing the pickup address or adding a new pickup address. After clicking on submit, it will be reflected on the home page. You can also edit a previously added item by clicking on it, and then the previously added details will be rendered. Besides that, we also have the pickup. So on clicking on pickup, you will get the details of when the logistics team will be coming to pick up the item, such as the product name lemon, how much of it, when, who will be coming, and to which address. Besides that, we have the shipment. Now in shipment, it lets the farmer track which produce item has reached where after the farmer hands it over to the logistics team. So as you can see, this mango is currently being delivered by Pankaj. It is in transit and it will be delivered to the consumer by April 26th. We also have the bids feature. Now in bids, these are all the items on which consumers have placed bids. These are all the items that I have put on the platform, the farmer has put on the platform. So I'll click on asparagus. As you can see, there are 3 bids on this item by Vaishnavi, Chandler, and Anika. Now, if I were to choose, suppose Chandler's bid and click on accept, the page would then reflect that. Just give it a moment. So now it shows accepted, and the consumer Chandler will then receive an email having the details of the farmer, so they can directly get in touch. So I have opened the email. I'll just click on refresh. And as you can see, I've received an email from the platform saying that your bid for 100 kgs and cost 65 has been accepted, and these are the farmer details. After this, I'm sorry. Yeah, we also have the aids feature. Now, in the aids feature, we have a weather API which shows the farmer the weather of the location in which they are present, along with news articles. Suppose I click on this news article, it will then connect here. Then we also have statistics showing to the farmer whatever details they can use to change the products that they are adding on the platform. Vaishnavi, you can go ahead and explain the consumer role.
Right. Thank you so much, Isha. So I'll be explaining what a consumer does. So for the time being, I'll be the endpoint consumer. So I can browse through different categories from our application. Isha, just browse through. Yeah. We have filters on the left wherein we can filter by categories or by location or by price. Filtering by categories is enabled. So I'll just click on a produce. Right. So I can add the produce to the cart. And right now I'm able to review and rate it because I've already purchased the produce. If I have not yet purchased the produce, then I'll not be allowed to review or rate the produce, right? So Isha, just move on to the cart. Yeah, so as you can see, example apples. Here you can add the quantity, etc., and the changes will be reflected in the order summary. Order is straightforward like we do it in any other applications. So we add a delivery address. If you don't have it here, you can always add a new one. Check out now. Yeah. So for payment, we have enabled the Razorpay API. That's because it has a lot of payment options, etc., and because we were in short of time. But we'll surely have our own payment gateway while we make it. Yeah, please pay. Yeah, we'll just do this a success. So what happens is now I can go to my orders and track my ongoing as well as past orders, right? So in my orders, what will show up is the delivery, estimated delivery date, the delivery person, and the delivery address that the logistics team will update to track our status. There's one feature which is bids feature. So as a consumer, I can bid on a particular produce, right? If I don't want to go by the normal way. So these are my bids. Currently, I've bid on this produce. Isha, can you just go to a bid that I have done? Yeah. So here I can always come back and see what other bids other consumers have put, and I can always update my bid, and so that it will be reflected and it will reach the farmer. Right. So this is what this is the bidding feature. We also have a Google Translate for farmers or consumers who don't speak English. So the website will be translated to any other language that they speak. Now, this is just a Google Translate API that we have implemented. We plan to add localization as well so that we can reach more consumers. We also have a chatbot over here which will answer any questions about navigation, etc. for our website that the farmers or the consumers have, and it has other few features as well. And our last part that we want to show is the logistics. Over to you, Anika.
So let's now navigate to the logistics page. This page will be handled by a third party. Over here, we have various roles, and we can see that we have roles such as farmer and consumer. So let's go ahead to the consumer role first. So over here, we can see that the details of all the orders, and the logistics team can basically change the status of the delivery. So let's we can do that by clicking on the pencil icon over to the right of the website. So after clicking that, we can add in the status and submit the request. And as you can see, the status has been updated. If we re-navigate to our orders page, we will be able to see the updated status.
So zucchini has now been added to past orders.
Yeah, and also we have added a PWA feature so that it is accessible on all platforms.
So PWA is basically progressive web applications. What this does is this will convert our website so that it is supported by majorly all browsers, and you can even install it on the phone.
Also, for the farmer role, we can similarly have the pickup.
We can similarly add all the pickup details, which will be reflected then if I go into the farmer role and pick up here.
So then if I make changes here, it will be reflected for the pickup.
Okay, so yeah, this is our application, and we are now open to questions.
So I really like the idea. Like two things which was really good was that you thought of localization and language thing, and then the second thing is the PWA right now, because farmers are actually facing, they don't have that much resources, right? There are
Right.
farmers who don't even have access to internet, right? And they are not illiterate people. They can't handle or operate mobile phone or laptop.
Right.
I mean, so that is something that we should also think in that direction, like in the places where there is no internet, and for the people who are not literate, right, and they don't know how to operate phone. So any I mean rough idea, any hypothetical idea that you can think of, like how we can actually make accessible for them, right? Because the end goal is to reach it. I mean, to your target user is farmers who are mostly from the rural area, and they are mostly not literate people, right? And they are not that modern. They don't want to change their self. They don't want to, even though they are earning much, they might not having a smartphones. That's a real scenario, right? You can get the stats online. You can check that, right? So now, any idea on that, like how we are gonna help them?
So I would first like to answer, and Isha and Anika, please feel free to add to my answer. You asked that how will we help farmers navigate their mobile phone, etc. We'll just get to a point, we'll just get to internet. But yeah, so that is why, that's the major reason that we have the chatbot feature. So in the chatbot feature, it can be human enabled or machine learning enabled. So machine learning, with the use of machine learning, we can answer basic questions that we feed to the bot, like where is the login, like how can I log out, how can I navigate to some orders page, etc. But if there are questions that the bot can't answer, then a human bot will be available to answer. A human will be available to answer these questions as well. So we will we have also written our mail IDs so that the farmers or the consumers, whoever have doubts, can contact us, and we can solve their doubts. So with that in mind, we had included the chatbot.
Right. And this one can only chat with chatbot when they have access to internet, they have smartphones.
Right.
So my question was, let's say, I believe 30%, more than 30% of farmers in India doesn't have even phones, right? I mean, I'm talking about even basic phones. They don't have. Right? Their kids might have, but personally, the farmers don't have. You can check it online, the stats. And rest of the 70%, they have phones. They might not have, let's say, smartphone. They might not have access to internet. So what about them, right? I mean, I understand, like this, your target user is someone who has at least internet access. I'm just asking, what we can do for them. Any random idea or anything that you thought of.
So currently there were people who did not have a phone, like during the Corona time as well. So during that, there were organizations such as Ninja Cart. It's a Bangalore-based organization.
Right.
So basically what they did was that they contacted the farmers personally, and then they made sure to put it up on their social media accounts that there are farmers with so much produce and they don't have any way to sell it. And they were the people who found the consumers to buy it from, bulk buyers to buy it from, and then put the two in contact with each other. So that is something that we can look into doing. So basically that will involve a lot of groundwork and actually going and meeting farmers. But besides that, the only way to help them would be like they need to have at least an internet access.
Also, adding on to that, I believe that due to COVID-19 situation, many of these farmers have already moved on to online platforms. So, yeah.
So, if you don't have any more questions, we can move on to the next team. Okay, then.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Echo, for presenting your project.
Yeah, thank you.
And now we can move on with the next team, which is North Pace. So it's Nilak, Archit, and Amanvi. you guys can start presenting your idea.
Cool. Hi. I'm gonna start presenting my screen firstly. Okay. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, your screen is visible one.
Okay. So I'm just gonna real quick open this up. So the name of our project is Garfix, which is a wordplay on AR graphics. And that pretty much explains most of our project here. The motivation for our project was basically to fill a gap that we found in the AR space, because we, like all of us, are machine learning enthusiasts, and we started learning machine learning about 1.5 years ago, like thanks to Andrew NG in the lockdown. And one of the things that we have always found difficult with sort of visualizing things in general was that you have gradient descent graphs and finding local minimas and maximas in machine learning graphs, and even like analyzing data in general is a lot harder when you have more than 2 dimensions, because it's just hard to see on paper or on screen. So we thought that there must be a direct, like an app or something that could do this in AR, but there was no simple aftermarket solution for displaying graphs in the AR space. So we decided we would just make one. We picked this up as a project which we thought was a little insurmountable, but I think we managed to make something out of it. So I guess I'm just going to quickly show you a demo of what we've done, because it'll be more convenient to show it through here. So here you choose a file that you want, which will be a CSV file. And after you have your CSV file, you enter your columns, and you enter your column numbers here because that is used to normalize the graph later on. So if you want, if your graph is for example not placed on the origin, yeah. So if your graph is like not placed on the origin, you can do that. So what this simply does is it lets you take a marker over here. So we have a page, this PNG as a marker over here. So you either print it out or you take a tag to display it. And on top of that markers, the 3 axes would be found, and the graph would be displayed. So now using my phone camera, I can view like the dots over here, and those dots are colored based on the X, Y, and Z axis colors. And yeah, so currently we have support for scatter plots, and I think one of the biggest challenges we had was trying to make this markerless by shifting to Echo AR. But since there was some lack of documentation that we couldn't find to shift it to Echo AR easily, we stuck to Vuforia, and we stuck to using a marker-based platform. And basically, you take any graph that has a CSV attached to it. Basically, you take a CSV from a graph and you put it here, and it will visualize the graph for you in AR. So yeah, I think one of our USPs is that this is very modular in terms of that we can dynamically scale this for any device, may it be a PC or a phone, either Android or iOS, or like using it as a, since it's built on Unity, it can literally function as a game as well. So anything with a camera is fair game. So yeah, this is a simple solution for solving a problem that can become quite difficult, especially for people who are starting out in like visualization, machine learning, all that kind of stuff. I think, and like from the scratch, all of this is coded by us. And yeah, so stuff like the CSV reader, the file, like from start to end, all of this is like created on Unity by us. And I think that is the end of our demo and our presentation. We decided to keep it a little short, and we'll be happy to take any questions you have.
So I have one question, right? So
Yeah.
let's you spoke about like your app is gonna help us to 3D visualize any graphs, right? Not, right? So can you talk about any real-time use case like where we can utilize such module?
Hi guys, I'm Nilak. I'm with Aman in this. And so one of the many use cases which we've looked at, are, well, if, like, for example, if you're a teacher right? And if you want to show your students a graph and you want to explain them the scatter plot, it is usually very tough to explain it on a blackboard, especially if it's a 3D graph. Then secondly, another use case could be in a corporate scenario when you're looking at either 3D, like either maybe some data related to, I don't know, whatever, maybe finances, which you need to display in 3D. So it is very tough to show and present in a meeting. So rather than just showing it on a 2D screen, you can just put the marker, like for now, put the marker in the center of the table and just share the file around, and then everybody can look at it. And then they can discuss this. These are just few of the many use cases which we have found.
I think in a nutshell, wherever you need 3D graphs, this is fair game. And this is important because 3D graphs in general are just a very big barrier to cross in understanding data.
So the reason I asked this question, right, do not stop to just visualizing the graph, right? One very real-time use case can be, why can't we have the navigation using 3D? Let's right now you use Google Maps, right? It is 2D map, right? We have the marker, or that navigation that shows. Why can't we have that navigation in 3D? Right? That's also kind of graph, right? And like, I'm thinking in that direction. Like we can stem these.
That is a separate AR application that could stem from this.
Right.
We hadn't considered earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, but the concern with that is, if you think of it that you're driving, right, in the exact scenario that you took up, you're using Google Maps on a device which you've set aside. It's not really your viewfinder. In this, you're looking through your phone. That is not particularly viable when you're driving, because both of your hands are ideally on the steering wheel.
Right, and what if I'm walking? So when in Bangalore, I walk with Google Map on my hand. I mean, quite often I walk at night, because in Bangalore, like, it's difficult to remember all the roads and all. And even in any metro city. So in that, it can be useful. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, yes.
So anytime we can switch to 2D or 3D.
Of course, yes.
For sure.
So I mean, like, just
I think, yeah, the underlying logic can be applied to that as well. Yes.
Right.
So I don't think there is any more doubts. So thank you, team .pace, for presenting your project. Good, and now we can move on.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So the next team is RoboSquads. So Soumya and Pranay, you guys can start presenting your screen and project. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, okay. So is the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Team RoboSquads. We are team and my teammate is Pranav Tankar. We are from Rusand Institute of Technology, BSF Academy. Being from a military college, we have chosen a problem which is frequently faced by our military at the time of war. And our idea falls under the category open innovation. So when there is continuous firing in the war zone, soldiers get injured or sometimes expire. So to rescue them or pick the dead body, traditionally another soldier enters into the war zone, which can eventually harm him too. So due to this, we lose more number of soldiers, and material martyrs' family don't even get their beloved one to see last time and pay homage. So to solve this problem, we had come up with a rescue boat, which is basically a bulletproof van that can automatically pick up the dead body from the war zone and carry it to the safe zone without the actual involvement of living being. It can also carry the injured. In addition to this, after the corona pandemic had turned up, the whole world is no less than a war zone. Dead bodies are needed to be carried without being in actual contact to living beings. So, even taking the current situation, our rescue boat will prove to be effective. Now I'll hand over to my teammate.
Pranay, you're on mute if you're speaking.
Sorry for that. Hello, my name is Pranay Patankar. I will explain the technical description of our idea. So for that, as we know that on borders they are continuously fighting. For that, we have used a bulletproof armor on the van, and it will be a remote control van. So we can control it from anywhere, or you can say the nearest safe zone of the from border. And for the surveillance, or you can say vision, we have used the camera, which will transmit the data to the satellite, and then we can have access to it. And the armor body is a bulletproof armor. It will be of titanium, or for if we have cost efficient, then we will use a 1-inch thicker stainless steel, which is perfect for any bullet, which can. Okay. On the back, there is a back cover for safety and a conveyor belt. So the work of this conveyor belt is when there is an injured person or the body of a martyred soldier, then the ram go underneath it, and the conveyor belt will lift it up to the vehicle, and then the back cover will close, so the person get safe, and it can return to the safe zone more safely, because normally and nowadays also a bulletproof vehicle go, but there is also a driver in it, so the life of the driver is also on risk. So to reduce that risk, we have come up with this idea. Okay, so we have used Arduino IDE for basic coding because it is simpler and very understandable for many of persons. And for designing this CAD model, we have used SolidWorks. Other than that, to control it, we will use a remote controller and vision for camera. In future, we are thinking of using GPS for the location, for tracking the location of the bot. So this is a video of the video visible. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
So it is a video of a general movement of that bot. This. Okay, so the key features of this bot will be it will be remotely controlled, and it will be Bluetooth, and due to this it will reduce the casualties, and the size of the vehicle will be efficient for carrying essential medications and up to 2 soldiers in it. And we have made it the ground clearance is much higher, up to 2, due to which soldiers it will be good for off-roading, because on the border, and we have made it the roads ground clearance is cemented roads. Due to which soldiers will be good for off-roading, because on the border. I will hand over to Soumya.
Okay, thank you. This is our idea.
Hey Soumya, I really liked your idea. This is the first time I saw some idea around soldiers. And that's quite impressive. So, do you have also some prototype, or it's just that it's a concept that you want to have?
Okay, so we have came up with this idea in this hackathon only. So we haven't built any prototype yet, but yeah, we'll surely do that. But for now, we have made a CAD model and we have simulated it. So yes, this is only the prototype we have. We don't have the real prototype yet.
Got it. How much research is done around, let's say, like how much cost effective it's going to be, like, and like it's like mostly the war zone is, either it's desert or sometimes it's even be near mountains and all that. So in that case, your vehicles would be, good enough to, like so that we can drive that vehicle even there are a lot of obstacles around, right?
Yeah, for that we have increases ground clearance and it will be a four-way drive. So you can think that it will have sufficient power.
Right. And then
And other than that, yeah,
please go ahead.
As we are from a military college, so we heard about these casualties during rescue mission on daily basis. So due to that, we come up with this idea, as the life of soldiers are so precious for us.
That's so sweet of you guys. Just one more thing, right? The engine is going to be, diesel engine, petrol engine, CNG, or it's going to be done using battery?
It will be an electrical vehicle, as it will be more efficient, and we can also install solar panel. So during on any remote location, it will also charge and will be more fuel efficient.
Okay.
I have a question here. So since this is like a self-driving vehicle, there would be like a higher chance of it being hacked. Do you guys have any contingency plan in head as to like if the system gets hacked, how are you all gonna rescue it back?
So for now, we haven't worked on it, but yeah, we'll surely do it.
Cool. But I like the idea. That's actually nice. Yeah.
As you know, the communication of military is done under a secure network. We will try to use that network for it, so it will be more secure for all the walkie-talkies and all are.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Use a secure tunnel is the answer. Yeah.
Is there any more question for this team? Okay, thank you, team RoboSquads, for presenting your project. It was really great. And moving on to the next team, which is Ancient Ones. Priya, Prathamesh, and Deep. You guys can start presenting your project.
Yeah, I think Pranav Patekar is still presenting.
Pranav, you can stop your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm Deep Shane, and my teammates are Priya Raut and Prathamesh Nevle. And we are presenting you the app Ediotech. Just a second. Let me present. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, so we are presenting app Ediotech by team Ancient Ones. Yeah, so this is our table of contents. Basically, workflow, how we started and ended it. And our project is to keep students engaged engaged and motivated, and to help them to stay on track. And our app also provides them to education, latest technologies, and also latest courses linked to enhance their skill set. And also there is a reminders in activity session that can also help student to keep on track and motivated. Domain experts also available in our app, which helps them to guide or to chat with students or any users. We we have used for our tech stack is Java for backend and providing functionalities and connecting to the database. For frontend, we have used XML, and for database, we have used Firebase. And basic main functions of Firebase are Firebase authentication, real-time database, and Firebase storage. That's the main thing about Firebase. So we selected that. And our work progress was we search for initially we thought of different ideas for the app. Then we started wireframing the whole thing about which thing will go where and all. And after that we designed the user interface and started designing backend and database connecting simultaneously, so everything goes hand on hand. And these are some features of our app. Priya will explain you the features. Over to you, Priya.
Okay, so here are the features of our app. The first one is the activity section, where we can see the daily activities and the weekly activities, so that the user can update the activity and set the reminder for their daily schedule if they want. The next is the news section, where the user can see the latest news and updates related to technology. Also, user can click over there and go to that page where the news is there. Admin can also update the news according to the daily feed. The next is the communication section, where one-to-one communication is there. User can solve their doubts by communicating to each other. If user has interested in domain and has query regarding to that domain, the user can search the domain and communicate one-to-one and clear their doubts by experts. Uh, Here are the future add-ons. We have provided some interfaces to this for future add-ons features, like team activity, quizzes for competitive environment, and assessment visualization. And now we will show you the working prototype of our app.
Yeah, just a second. I have to stop screen sharing this. I will. This is our working prototype, and this is a home screen basically. Just a second. Yeah. As you can see the user profile, and after that you can see the news session, where as Priya told, latest news will get showed, and course will also admin will provide courses link there. So it's basically great for users. Yeah, now we will show you activity page, where users can enter the activity which he wants to play role, or something playing regarding studies. Anything he can enter, and also he can set details and reminder for that time, so he will get notification of that. After that we have the chat section, where every users can find the another one to with similar field or another which is in interested to chat with or to ask any doubts. As you can see, yeah, so he can message them also, and here you can see all his skill set about his what he wasn't interested, or about his previous life basically, or experience. Here you can message them and also get another feedback. So this is our basic app, and in search pane you can see all the users who has enrolled in our app. So we make that data personally still, and and after that you can log out. That's it. Then for the presentation.
Hey, if I'm not wrong, in one screen I saw resume. It was written, right? Resume, and after that there was performance.
Yeah, for the performance, there was assessment visualization where we can add the like where we will add the graph where user when means user can if user completes his daily activities, the graph will show how much is completed in a week.
Right.
So he can like visualize or like can say how much he has completed or not.
And what about resume?
Sorry, sir.
Resume. So in the first tab there was resume, right?
Yes, sir, we provided the fields like about me, then also skills, and only this much details were included in the resume field. Means skills, what he what the user knows about and about him, where he can also mention means where he studies or where he works.
Got it. So the reason I asked this, right, because when Deep was presenting, he said that we can put some reminders. Let's say
Yes, reminder section. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So let's say even I can put reminder for, let's say like I have to drink water, or let's say I have to go and meet my friend, right? And how can these two things can be combined with resume? So I was curious about that. So these activities can even be daily activities, right? So
No, there. Yes, yes.
how you are
yes.
connecting the dots, like for performance, like I mean, let's say if every day I'm meeting my friend, I'm not sure like if that can be a good performance or not. And then like how you are connecting different dots, like let's say I mean, like if we are building some app, right, we should keep in mind like who will be our target user. And then let's say I can see the news section there, and then courses, and then activities that we can put for reminder, and then there is resume and then performance. So can anybody of you justify that, like how you are connecting these dots?
So the resume section is for users to communicate with other users.
Okay.
Suppose that we showed you a list of all the users. Means when we want to communicate with certain user, there will be his name, and under that his field of expertise. Then we can select it, we can see his profile, and we can see his resume, what that user has done. So if we find it helpful, we can contact with them.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So it's not for the, I mean, not as per the matching is not done as per the interest. It's done according to the skills, if I'm not wrong. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And like just one UX suggestion, right? So I saw like when Deep was presenting news section, and he clicked on the news, and it was actually redirecting to the browser, right? Default browser.
Yes.
So we should actually avoid that. Like if you want to retain your users to your app, you should not redirect that, right? You should increase the app time. Let's say how much time I mean one user spends in your app is something which is very valuable, right? For any like if you are redirecting users to let's say Chrome or any other browser, right, he might not come back to your app.
Okay, sir. I understand, sir.
Yeah.
So, is there any more question for this team? Okay, so moving on to the next team. Thank you, team Ancient Ones.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Moving on to the next team, which is Love of Science.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Pranjal ji, Anshul, and you guys can. Yeah.
Hello.
Janshi, on the audible.
Good evening, sir, and very good evening to all present over here.
This is Pranjal Tiwari from Lover of Science team, and my teammates are Mr. Aniket Agrawal and Mr. Jigyanshu Kumar. And we are here with our project, namely SMART, that is semi-automatic mopper and robo trash can. Next slide, please. Sir, in our next slide, please. Sir, basically, our project is regarding the health and security of our people. As we can see that SMART is the abbreviation of semi-automatic mopper and robo trash can. So we decided to make this project for the healthcare workers, the elderly people, and the people who live individually in remote places or places which are more prone to viruses such as the COVID-19, as we all know that. And next slide, please. And in our project, here is the working of the project. This is our smart bot, and here, as you can see that we have used the concept of ultrasonic sensors, and here, as you can see, we have a dustbin embedded on the motors, and the below that here where it's written the MOP, that is the mop. Here you can see that this is the mop where we can use it to clean the floor, and on the sides of the mop we are having the wheels which can be used for free movement in any direction using the Bluetooth device. And in cases where we are not able to clean our house using normal things which are used at home, we can use this robot, and it's more like we can say that it's more valuable for people who are prone to virus contacted areas. And as you can see that we have used ultrasonic sensors. It's written over below there, you can see, and servo motors to open the lids of the trash can. Next slide, please. Sir, I would also like to tell you that, previous one, please. I would also like to tell you that in our bot, the speciality is that the speciality of our bot is that it is controlled through Bluetooth, so anyone can control this sitting in any area they wish to. Like someone is in their living room but wish to clean the house and they don't want to get up, or they are not able to get up, then they can easily clean the house. And in this there are many things which can be improved, so we will be talking about it in the further slides. Now I would like to hand over the mic to my partner Aniket Agrawal.
Thank you, Pranjal. So hello guys. So we are use the technologies Arduino Uno, Bluetooth module, servo motor, relay module, and the SC05 ultrasonic sensor. Can you show the previous slide, please? Yeah. As you see in the picture, that the ultrasonic sensor are sitting over the below for the obstacle detector, and we are planning to put the ultrasonic sensor in the upper portion, like if someone is in the range of the ultrasonic, then not automatically open the lids, because we are planning to put the ultrasonic sensor in the two different ways, in the lower portion and the upper portion. So here we are making the design in the SolidWorks, and the whole programming is that the Arduino IDE. So can you show the next slide, please? Yeah. So the main target, like hospital staffs, office staffs, and the household work. So as the Pranjal said that in the present time, the whole world is going under a pandemic situation, especially in the situation in India is very horrible as due to the outbreak of the COVID again in country. So it is very helpful for the hospital staff as well as the all over the India. So the next slide, please. So we are making to modify this project, like we are try to innovate them to put on the vacuum cleaner in the side of the booper and try to get innovate to the like we are try to movement of the to control the with the help of app, but we are try to in future we are try to modify this project and we can use the hand gesture. So I will continue. I will.
Sorry.
Sorry guys, if your presentation is can you continue with that or maybe cut it short because we are in
Okay.
time. Sorry for that.
So Jigenshu, please continue it.
Jigenshu, can you please show the CAD model? I wanted to explain some more things. Sir, as you can see in the CAD model, that the ultrasonic sensors are used, and if anyone comes in the range of 50 centimeter, the lids get automatically opened. So without being in physical contact with the trash can, they can use it. And please show the budget one. Sir, regarding the budget, we have planned to make it the cheapest, but as we can see that the sensors and the things which cost here, it's around 6,950. Jiganshu, the budget slide, please. We can see that the budget is around 6,000, like approximately 7,000, but if we'll be making this in mass production, it will gradually reduce and will cost around 1 to 2,000 like that. So we can say that in a situation and period like this, pandemic situation, it's very cost effective and can be used in industrial areas and even in hospitals and offices. Thank you so much, sir.
So we can start with the FAQs if there is any questions.
I have a question here. So do you guys are you guys including any obstacle detection technique or something? Because in case
surely,
can,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, surely this, like the ultrasonic sensor can also be used for the obstacle detection. And in future, as mentioned, we have mentioned that in future we'll be using 2 ultrasonic for the obstacle detections and 2 for opening and closing of the lids, so that if the smart can automatically detect that which action should be taken for the opening of the trash can and which should be taken to turn the movement of the trash can. Smart.
okay, and how are I mean, so what's the plan in order to unload the trash from the place wherein you're placing in the trash, like the device? So how are like I know for y'all it's more like you don't want to touch the trash because it's obviously gonna be fully, but how are you gonna unload the trash from the can? Is there any plan as to how you're gonna do it without touching it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am, we are planning for this as well. We'll be showing you a prototype shortly in a few minutes. And in this, we can just unload. Loading is like we have to do it manually, like whatever we have through. But unloading can be done through a small hole which is below the trash can, and the whatever material is, if it is of the size lesser than the size of the hole, then it can be removed using a motor, like it can be pushed out. And if it is of greater size, then it has to be removed manually through humans. Ma'am, if you give the permission, we would like to show you the prototype as well.
Just go ahead. Go for it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Jiganshu, please show it.
I think, is there any network issue from the Jiganshu side? So I can present.
Okay, thank you so much, Aniket. Please present it.
Wait a minute.
Guys, you got to quit. We are running out of time.
Real sorry, sir.
How's the temperature up there in the galaxy or wherever, whichever planet you are?
It's really cold out here. I'm just freezing.
Oh my God. I was about to see what a nice suit you are wearing. You can sip like something inside.
Yeah, it's really spacious.
Is my screen is visible or not? Please let me know.
Yes, please continue fast.
Yeah.
Sir, as you can see, the working of the model. This is the smart dustbin, and it can also be used as obstacle detector. The ultrasonic sensor is placed right below the lids, like not on the lids. And as you can see, whenever someone goes in the range of 50 centimeter, it automatically gets opened. But this is just a version of the prototype. This is not exactly what we have made in the CAD model. And for the wheels, indicate the drive one, please.
Hello.
Hello, yes, Aniket.
Hello. Okay, sir. Sir, these are the this is a square
I
wheel
guess-
drive. Hello.
Aniket, I guess you're having some network issue. So this is that's it from our side.
No problem, Kendra. I'll just take a few minutes more with them.
Thank you so much, Aniket.
Sure. Just one question which I want to ask you. When you guys come up with this idea? Because the video which we are able to see is quite old. And don't you think so that it is quite old to show an old video in this hackathon?
Sir, actually, we just wanted you to give a small idea of what we are planning, and this idea was decided in a few days. Like when we were about to join the hackathon and we got to know about it, and we didn't intend to add the video in our project. It was just for your for the sake of explanation that you will be able to understand it. As
So
we
is
are
this-
not able to make any prototype right here in our homes, that's why.
No, that is fine. Means at this point of time, what I can say is you have just prepared a presentation, nothing else. Sorry for being rude, but this is something which I can see because the timeline of video says quite a month old. So I can easily correlate talking about you must have participated in some other hackathons as well. You could have
No,
just
sir. These videos not for the 1 month old. This is the latest video, sir. We are making and then upload in the video.
Show me the date, please.
Okay, sir. Sir, wait, sir.
So actually, this is the first hackathon of all three of us, so it's not possible to show this idea in any other hackathon right now. This is the first one we are attending.
No worries. I just wanted to be sure that is my idea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure, sir. You can please.
And secondly, I'm just curious to know So what is the date? 18th April. Okay. So 2 days.
Sir, is your screen is visible?
I checked
Yes,
what
yes.
I want.
Just show the
No
date.
problem. No problem. I
Yes,
just
sir.
saw. No problem. So what I want to ask the next part is, what? Why did you came out with the smart robotic trash cans? Don't you think that biodegradables or like dumping into the land or such cheaper options which are available and accessible to every single individual? Like if I talk about the rural society, don't you think it is not going to be safe or it is not going to be easy to operate in those areas?
Yes, sir, you are absolutely right. But we came up with this idea as we are having every kind of population, people in our country, and most of them are from middle classes. And right now, observing the current situation, everyone is thinking about their lives, not the money actually they can afford or not. Everything should be done for the sake of life right now. So, and not only this, this is the cheapest industrial way to use this kind of technology. And we came up with this idea, as told you earlier also, that this is a way to use social distancing rules and sitting in one place only, because cleaning the house is also a risky thing right now. And as you know that for elderly people also, it's very hard to clean the houses, and especially the mop sorry sir, especially the mopping part. So that's why we came up with this idea.
I welcome the idea. That was just a thought, and this is something I want to hear. No problem. Welcome. And don't be afraid if it is your first hackathon. Even I'm judging my first hackathon, huh? So don't be worried on that
Thank you so
part.
much.
Cheers, Pranjal and tea, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an advice.
Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, so we can move on to the next team. Okay. So the next, thank you, the Work Science, for presenting your project. Now we can move on to the next team, which is the Anonymous. And so sorry, judges, we are running a bit late, and there is only 2 teams left, including this one. So we will do the cut up as fast as we can.
वेदांत तू तो वापिस आजा भाई, प्लीज.
सर मैं बस ये कोविड के बाद आता.
Okay, the anonymous.
The anonymous, Priyanka and Vidit and Rosie, you guys can start presenting your project.
Good evening, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so we are Team Anonymous, and we worked on the theme of healthcare, basically. So, due to the current situation of Corona pandemic, we all have been forced to change the way we used to live and go all out digital, our work digitally. So basically, we thought of implementing a an app, a platform which can be a link between doctors, the hospitals, and the patients, so that they at one platform we can have all the 3 of them and can have all the informations related to it. So basically, the vision, this project description, and these are the basic technologies that we used. The challenges faced, we will be talking about them. So let me show you the prototype, as we all are getting bit late of time. So yeah, this is our basic home page where the landing page. Basically, we have an option of registering, login and register as well, where a user or hospital or a doctor
are gonna register. So what we have added one thing for authenticity of a doctor and a hospital is that the admin will only be able to give the role to the registered individual. As you can see a demo of registered individuals, the role currently given to this ID is 0, which means it's of a patient, whereas when uh, when we when this ID will be changed if it's a person is a doctor or a hospital to 1 or 2 respectively, according to what according to, by the admin basically. So this is one thing that we kept in mind. Then there we have implemented a feature of nearby hospitals. So basically uh, this uh, this is the current location of ours, and these all are the nearby hospitals in my location, and these all will change as my location varies. So the challenges faced in our part was that we were trying to implement Google API, but but as we have to make add credit card in it, and we did not have access to one, so we switched over to Map API and Here API, Mapbox and Here APIs. So the data of these locations are getting from a request basically, which is from Here Maps, which takes current latitude and longitude of our place and sends us a JSON file, which basically helps us in marking down all the locations. So yeah, so this is one feature of our website. Then there is a video consultation.
Interrupting with it. Actually,
Yeah.
Anshul sir has a question. So I want to know, are you storing password as plain text?
At this moment, yes, because we needed to judge, we needed to re-log in again and again. So for our sake of development, we have saved it in plain text. Otherwise, we will be hashing the password and then storing it so that even us, we are not able to see what the password looks like.
So, so can we move on to FAQ, or do you have anything else to?
Yeah, there is a video consultation feature as well, where as you can see, this is the one screen of video, and let me open another window, incognito one, and just place it side by side. Yeah, so now as you can see in both the windows, yeah, both of them currently shows us the camera. Now let this user be Vidit and this user be Priyanka. This all will be done Priyanka, and if Priyanka wants to call Vidit, so she just needs to copy this ID and paste the ID over here, and then the call is made, and I get to see that Priyanka is calling me, and I can answer the call with this simple button, and our call gets so basically this is our video conferencing features, so that the doctors and the patient can have a communication between each other, basically video consultation, so that there is like zero contact feature. We are trying to achieve that. So yeah, this was pretty much what we have done so far, and what we are planning to do next is that we are trying to the map that we have shown earlier. So basically, on a click of a map, we will be able to get the information related to that hospital, and we will be redirected to that hospital page, and we will get the info related to the beds, number of beds available in that hospital, and what the doctors in that hospital and hospital name and other details. So this is what our plan is. Mm. Yeah, we are ready for the questions.
One, I really like the name. It's very interesting. Second, I would say I really appreciate the way you come up with this idea, because there's a lot of shortage of beds out there in India, and I've personally seen it from my parents. So yeah, this would be really helpful for people. But I want to know, like, how frequently, like, if we're talking about like bed availability, how frequently does it get updated?
So basically, there will be a system that we have thought uh, that we'll be making is like when a person get admitted to a hospital, a doctor will be assigned to that person. So this will be updated in our database. So as soon as it gets updated, whenever a person loads our website, the data will be fetched and the new data will automatically come, and so it will always be updated. So there won't be a case where a person goes to a hospital and he does not find bed.
So, is there any more
Okay, that's quite an explanation. But I had one more question. So, in case like say there's a scenario wherein a hospital is full, so will you be even notifying about alternatives? Like alternatives as in, okay, this is a hospital which might have this availability.
That's a good suggestion. We did not have thought about it, but yeah, we can achieve this. We will try to achieve this, and we will try to integrate it in our final app.
Okay, so we can move on to the next team. Thank you, team, the anonymous for presenting your idea. And
thank you.
So, so the last team is Guide Pod, and the team members are Sethu Raman, Ramakrishnan, and Rajagopalan. So you guys can start presenting your project.
Yes, thank you, Vedant. Ramakrishnan, start presenting.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is. So good evening to everyone. We are the team Guide Pod, and I'm Rajagopalan, and my friend Ramakrishnan, who is presenting, and our other friend will be Sedrambi. We are here presenting our project on ISIS, Vision for Visionless. Basically, we have made a tool or an app or a device that helps the people, especially the blind people, to navigate through the passage and find any hard obstacles in their route, or in case of any danger around, they can send SOS alerts, and also we will be able to live track them, and also we can send an SOS alert. And our main thing is that we have a navigation system to help a safe passage to them. So the solution adopted is very simple. We have adopted many new technologies like IoT, GSM, cloud, and GPS. These are the 4 different technologies that we have employed here. With the help of these 4 technologies, we have developed 4 different systems which will be helpful for the blind persons or the differently able persons to navigate through their surroundings and also to find any obstacle around, to live track them, to send a SOS alert, and also the unique feature in our project is a bone connection phone. Yes, we have used a bone connection phone. Instead of using any ear speakers or headphones, we have used a bone connection technology here. Rama, move to the next slide, please. Next. We have designed a bone connection technology here. The key advantage of bone connection technology is that if you use a speaker or a earphone, it will be blocking, or the blind person will not be able to hear the environment sound or the road traffic sounds. So it will lead to many accidents. So we are using a bone connection technology here. Through which the audio output will be played and assisting the blind person if any obstacle is in front, and also helping them with the navigation. The other key feature is our navigation system. A navigation system uses a waypoint algorithm. This waypoint algorithm is used in autonomous development of autonomous vehicles and also used by Uber. So we have adopted their algorithm and hard-coded our way and our code, and we have implemented here. And also, as I said, the bone connection phone uses vibrations to give the signals to the blind persons. So these 2 are the key features of our project. And also our other feature is the geofencing feature. Geofencing feature is a unique product to our project. It will be much helpful for the Alzheimer's disease person, and also it will be very much useful for other differently able persons too. Now you can see the ultrasonic detection system. This is a basic ultrasonic detection system that we have employed. If any obstacle is in the front of a blind person, or the blind person faces any stairs or some different kind of obstacles in the way they go, ultrasonic sensor detects those obstacles and it informs Arduino Uno, which we have employed here as microcontroller, and a recorded sound, a buzzer sound or a recorded sound will be played from the SD card module with the help of bone connection. Here you can see the bone connection, the clear biological explanation for bone connection phone here. You can see that the bone connection phone will be placed in can be placed in any part of the skull. So the vibration in the skull will be passed on to the brain. This technology is a proven technology. Even the Google uses it. The Google glasses use the same type of technology. So we have adopted that bone connection technology, which is a unique and a new technology. You can say unique technology, and we have employed here. That makes our project unique. Next slide, please. So this is a video demonstration of our ultrasonic detection system. We will not be able to play the audio as we are in Google Meet, but we have placed a video link in the side chat box. You can go to our YouTube link and check out our video. Actually, here you can, in the actual video, you can hear the buzzing sound or the signal sound that the ultrasonic sensor is detecting, and it is delivered through the bone connection phone. If any obstacle is in front, the bone connection phone delivers the message through the vibration through the skull. Next. So this is how our ultrasonic sensor will be able to detect the person. Our ultrasonic sensor has a range of up to 450 centimeter or 4.5 meter. So the maximum length up to which our ultrasonic sensor will be able to detect is equal to H10x is equal to 4.5 meter. Another unique thing in our project is most of these kind of projects will be implemented in a cane. So smart cane is already existing product in the market with helping the blind people in navigation or ultrasonic detection. But we are implementing this in the helmet or a hat so that we can use just a single ultrasonic sensor. With the help of a single ultrasonic sensor, we can measure up to a distance of 450 centimeter. If we place that in a smart cane or suppose a boot or in any other part, there is a possibility that it may get damaged, and also the range or the accuracy will be lower. This is also a proven method which you can find in this is actually taken from an IEEE journal. You can also see a video explanation in YouTube's videos are there. Next slide, please. Coming to the second system, this is our GPS GSM SOS alert system. So the system basically alerts the family members or the nearby police station or nearby doctors in case the blind person or the differently able person faces any type of exigencies. On press of a button, immediately live GPS coordinates message will be sent to the police members or their family members, so that the police or the family members will be able to reach the blind person as soon as possible. You can see the working of the SOS alert system in the next video. So this is the explanation video of our GPS GSM SOS alert system. You can see the entire setup that we have placed here. You can see the GSM module connected to an Arduino controller, and you can see the GPS module to be blinking. We have integrated all this for in board for development purpose, but actually in our prototype, we have soldered everything to the PCB board. And you can see the code that is being uploaded into the Arduino Uno. This is the entire complete setup of our project, and you can see a button peeping out. On pressing the button, message will be sent to the default numbers that we have entered in the program. Next output slide, please. So this is the output that we will be getting after this process. So we will be able to get two types of output that can be chosen at our wish. One type of output simply gives the latitude and longitude, and the other thing gives the Google Maps location. Why we have used two things? First thing is, if you are not having an internet connection, then the Gmap link won't be functionable. And the other hand is that Gmaps are not available in everyone's phone. Of course, it is available in India, but if you think as a in a global level, the China don't have a Google Maps. So in order to help there also, but latitude and longitude are universal. So the person can click on the latitude and longitude, and it will be directing to some other maps that is available in their phone, or simply to the web page that is available. So these are the two types of code output that we will be getting. One is for Google Maps, and other is latitude and longitude. And next you can see our third important feature, and that is GPS GSM live tracking and geofencing system. Actually, the geofencing system, as I have already mentioned, is a unique feature to this project. The geofencing feature will be able to track the person and alert family members if the blind person, suppose he is living in a house and he has gone away 500 meters from his place, then immediately the system will alert their family members or the nearby police station on the default number that we have stored in the program, so that the family members will be able to get to that location or call to that person or something, retrieve that person. This feature is very much useful for Alzheimer's disease person, because Alzheimer's disease person have the tendency to further their way and further their homes and just get back. So this feature mainly helps for Alzheimer's persons, but also at the same time, blind people can also get their day lost. So it will be helpful for blind persons too. Our primary target is blind persons and differently able persons, but our secondary market, we can be expanding into different other segments with the help of modification in our existing structure. So this is the exact feature of geofencing. If the person exceeds the imaginary boundary that we have sent in, it automatically sends an alert. We have implemented this using a platform called Thinker.io. Thinker.io, slide please. So this is the live working of thing. You can see the same components are used, and we have integrated here, but we have used Arduino Mega here instead of using Arduino Uno. The purpose of this is to integrate the codes. Arduino Uno doesn't have so much of codes, but Arduino Mega is a highly capable microcontroller, and also at the same time, it will be having many soft serial codes as well as hard serial codes. So we will be able to connect many devices when comparing to Arduino Uno. And you can see the code that we have used here. All the codes is available in our GitHub link and also in our dev folio link. You can check that and get to know about our code. So this is the practical output of live tracking and geofencing feature. We have also included a new feature called chatbot feature. It's not actually chatbot, but If you use an SMS, suppose you want to know the person's location without the help of without the help of internet, you can also do that here. You can send requests like a POS. If you send the request like POS, it will directly contact the Tinker.io server and get you the Gmaps location without the help of any internet. So it can be used in online as well as offline. So it is both way beneficial. And we have used, since we have used the GSM module here, it can be accessed throughout the globe, as cellular networks are available throughout the globe from any part of the world. A person will be able to live track or send an SOS alert or whatever thing. Everything can be done from any part of the world. That's also our main feature. Here it is.
Hey guys, so I need to cut you off, but
yes, we will be explaining in 2 minutes. So this is the GPS navigation system that we have used. Our GPS navigation system, as I have already said, uses an algorithm called waypoint method. Next slide, please, Rama. So this is the waypoint algorithm that we have used. First, the GPS module gets the GPS coordinates. After getting the GPS coordinates, the microcontroller compares the current location with that of the waypoint location that we have already hard-coded. If the waypoint location is not reached, it will instruct to go straight. Suppose we are in waypoint A, and suppose the blind person needs to go to a pharmacy, which is in a waypoint G. The blind person can press the button, suppose pharmacy, for which we have given a button. Suppose if he presses that, from A to the person will be guided to waypoint B, from waypoint B to waypoint C, and from waypoint C to waypoint D. That's how a navigation system works. We have emphasized to create this as a standalone product, so there is no need of any internet connectivity for this or anything. We have emphasized on that to keep our costs low, and that's our algorithm technique. And you can see the GPS navigation system video and the output that is also available in our
Sorry for
link.
interrupting, team. Your time is up. So now time for Q&A. Over to you, judges. If you have any doubts or queries, please ask to the team.
I guess we all are having in the same impression how we all can digest this much of amount of knowledge at this time, right? I guess we all are in just like how you guys have created. So I don't know how to get in the technicalities, but one thing, how much time it took to put all this effort in.
Sir, actually, we started this process months before, sir. Months before, in the sense, we went to some orphanages and blind persons' home in our local area and took their response on what you're currently facing difficulties, what are the difficulties that you're facing today, and started to think on that. And after which, after weeks, we came to the idea of this, and we started to plan something that we must do something like this. And
okay. My second follow-up question would be, the major idea of your device is to get fit inside my body. What if I don't want to do that? Because that seems like can create a lot more complications.
So can you come again, sir?
What I want to say is that your sensor needs to get inserted, not like an earphone or a headset. You
Yes, sir.
mentioned it's going to get fit inside your skull. Why I should take the risk of my life? Because during that operation or something, I might lose what I have.
So the bone correction system is not at all hazardous. It is already used technique, and even the Google have employed this technique. And you can see the check Amazon for the bone correction phones. Different types of bone correction phones are already used in disabled deaf persons, aids. You have different aids on employing the bone correction technique. So this is absolutely safe, and you don't have any risk. It just vibrates near your eardrums, and it is actually like what you're hearing.
Exactly my point. Because these vibrations can create a lot more dangerous things. Because even for me, who seems like a perfect individual, I'm trying to get rid of these wireless technologies. But creating a vibration, don't you think it is a challenge?
So I see no way that it will be damaging your brain cells. I think you're thinking about damage of brain cells or any tumor.
Anything, because it is
Yes.
just near to my brain.
Yes, sir.
Already
But this
using
product,
is, and again, if I'm using something that can create more, don't you think it is going to be disastrous? And then whole bunch of things that are coming around, because less the technical, I believe the more person would be more happy to adopt the things. The minimalistic use of technology will help him more to adopt it. But over here, I can see a lot more sensors and things getting directly attached to my brain cells. So
only one ultrasonic bone connection phone is only will be attached to your head, sir. Rest all the things will not be directly attached to your head. It will be in your back or somewhere. And also, this bone conduction phone is already available in Amazon. You can go and check there, and it is highly safe. That's what I can say. It's highly safe. It's even getting. It has even got the recommendation from ICMA.
okay, just want to end up with the last question. Is there
Sir,
any
and I want to add a point, sir.
open source project related to this?
Sir?
Is there any open source project which is available?
No, sir.
Similar
This
to-
is our unique idea, sir. Already existing product includes that ultrasonic detection system
Any
and
open
also.
source, yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Sir, I want to add a point, sir. We have used a bone conduction technology here.
Rajgopal, try to understand. There is a whole bunch of timeline. You have been interrupted for 4 to 5 times. I have to say now, sorry to be very much vocal about this. Try to understand. We are stopping you. We are cutting you for a reason. We really respect your thoughts. Thank you so much for bringing that idea. And we were here to listen that all. Respect the other's time as well, buddy. Thank you so much. And sorry for being rude if I miss it.
Yes, sir, but we have more technology that will be hard to explain in 15 minutes. But I agree with you, sir, that we have timeline. And with that, we are stopping our presentation.
Sorry for that. We ran out of time. Okay, thank you, team Guidebot, for your presentation. So guys, Chancel will end this.
Yes.
Meet. Over to you, Chancel.
Okay. So, hi, Deans. It was so amazed to see all the amazing projects. So, hello, one and all. It's late to introduce myself, but yeah, it's okay. I am Chanchal Bansal, DSC lead of RJIT Gwalior. So, thank you so much, first of all, judges, for being with us today in the final judging round of Hack This Space. All the teams were so amazing, and thank you so much to the teams for presenting your projects as well. We know that you all are so excited to hear about the results, but we will not gonna announce it here right now. We will be announcing the winners after knowing the decision from our experienced judges on Discord by tomorrow morning. That is 21st of April. So that's it from our side. Stay safe and stay home.
Okay, I just want to add last. Thank you so much for the entire coordinators. Vedant was keep on seeing us through the galaxy. Chanchal and everybody
Yeah.
was getting it from air in India. And thank you so much for inviting us. Means definitely it is quite late for actually people who are here in India and abroad, but I enjoy interacting with every individual, hearing the ideas and learning about the open source, that hey, there is something more bunch of happening around us. And thank you so much for inspiring us, motivating us. At least I can say that tomorrow morning when I'm gonna wake up, I'll be with some more excitement and motivation awaiting my way. And thank you so much, Anchal, for reaching out to me specifically, for inviting me and giving me so much of motivation around at this point in time. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. And thanks to all other judges as well.
Yeah, I guess that's like my plus one to that. And it was lovely knowing the other judges. It was lovely being a part of this hackathon, like young minds, like a person in ninth grade. Okay, I can't even imagine that. I knew nothing about coding when I was in ninth. But yeah, it's like kudos to everyone. You all are winners. No matter what, you all are winners. And trust me, at some point even I was thrilled to, like get to know new things. So yeah, just like stay safe, and also no matter what, who's the winner, you all are winners for me. So yeah, that's pretty much from my end, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishakha, for joining in.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna end this meet now. Question. Okay. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone, and good morning and good evening. What is the time? So, yeah.
Please, Aja. Please.
Sir, I'm back. Sir, I'm back in the bedroom.
They must be wondering that we left our son in our bedroom.
So actually, the theme of the hackathon was Cosmos. So I was trying to be more related to that.
Wait, stay there. You need not to come here again.
Operating Discord from the Mars and all, right?
He landed on the moon as well, sir.
Definitely. Great to interact with you. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Yeah, stay safe.
Have a nice day.
Yeah,
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.